Hey guys, what's up? This is Ben Golliver for SB Nation YouTube, and the New York Knicks just got done clocking the San Antonio Spurs 100-83 to take home a nice home win in Madison Square Garden. Most interesting, I think, about this game was Gregg Popovich kind of has an "I told you so" moment. Now, who could forget the big controversy earlier this year when David Stern fined the Spurs $250,000 because Popovich sent 4 of his players home rather than having them play in the nationally televised game against the Miami Heat. Here, very similar circumstances to that Heat game. The Spurs are coming in playing their 4th game in 5 nights against the Knicks. 3 of those games are on the road. They're playing against one of the top teams, the Knicks, much like they were against the Heat. And frankly, I think Popovich had a right to be worried about his team's effort against Miami and their energy level because of what we saw here in Madison Square Garden. Frankly, the Spurs just didn't have it. Remember, this is a team that's a top 5 offense in the NBA. They were barely able to crack 20 points in either one of the first 2 quarters. They shot 36% as a team. They were just flat all night long. Nobody scored more than 12 points for the Spurs, and really a tough situation was made worse when Stephen Jackson suffered a fluke ankle injury by tripping over a courtside waitress who was serving New York City Mayor Mike Bloomberg. You can't make this stuff up. It was a lot like that Curb Your Enthusiasm episode where Larry David winds up tripping Shaquille O'Neal. I mean, that happened in a real NBA game, probably to the worst possible team in the Spurs, because you know they're going to be very upset about that kind of a fluke thing, jeopardizing their ability to potentially win a game. So Gregg Popovich elected just to raise the white flag. He only played Duncan, Parker, and Ginobili 24 minutes each. He essentially strategically rested his players in the second half, conceding the game more or less to the Knicks. And the Knicks just had simply more than the Spurs on this night. They weren't great in the first half, but they were able to put up some points in the second half and really stretch this game open, taking home the double-digit victory. They got 23 and 8 from Melo, 20 and 5 from J.R. Smith. Those were the 2 guys who really kind of carried the offense. Tyson Chandler had a double-double with 10 points and 14 rebounds. I think the one element that's missing from this Knicks team without Raymond Felton is sort of his jitterbug creativity in the half-court offense. They don't quite have as much driving and kicking as they're used to. That does affect the quality of looks on the perimeter, but I thought Pablo Prigioni did a nice job stepping in without Felton, who's out for injury. Prigioni had 9 assists, really kept the orchestration level up. Between him and Kidd, you're still able to get enough ball movement and passing to get guys open reasonably well for their shots on the perimeter. So New York goes home happy. Gregg Popovich goes home saying, "I told you so, David Stern. I shouldn't have to play my guys. I'm not going to play them in the second half if they don't have the energy. What are you going to do about it?" In this case, at least he won't get fined. All right, guys, be sure to check out SB Nation on YouTube and subscribe to SB Nation and all the NBA content on sbnation.com/NBA.